Hey guys, I know by looking at this picture you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, he's gonna teach us how to make a CGI swimming pool in Blender? That's radical. No, sorry. Whereas I did make this in Blender all by myself, and hopefully I'll be able to make a tutorial on it someday. Not now. That's a very complicated process, but the reason I have this photo pulled up is because this is an example of the epicness of CGI. But one thing that most people take for granted is something that is just as important as the post-production is the script writing. And to write a good script, you need a good program. And that program is right here, Celtx. Now this allows you to write a script for a film, an audio production, a play, a different kind of audio production, storyboards, comic books, and even just a novel. But what we're going to be talking about is film, because this is a script for like a screenplay, a movie. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. This little scene heading right here is basically like your default cube in Blender. It's the first thing that you see. It's always there. You can not really get rid of it. But so this is your first scene. Let's call it just first scene. Simple enough. When you press enter, it'll automatically go to the action. And action essentially does two things. It tells you the time, the place, the mood, but it also can sometimes contain a paragraph of explaining the story, what the place looks like, what it feels like, what the characters are thinking. Maybe a brief summary of the scene coming before it to further explain that. And anyways, so I'm not going to write out an entire paragraph. I'm just going to write and just imagine like a time, a place, a setting, and all that. And then once you press enter again, it's going to stay in action, but you can go over here and manually switch it to character. And you can add a character by just typing in his name here. Let's call this guy Frank. And when you press enter, it'll go to the dialogue mode, and he's going to say, Nana. And when you press enter again, it'll now go to another character who is supposedly responding to what Frank said. And let's make this guy, and he's going to say, just something simple. And then when you press enter, it's probably gonna go back to character. But let's go now to parenthetical. This is essentially just anything you want to put in parentheses, and it could be anything from a side note to what the character's thinking, anything of that sort. And a transition is essentially telling you, kind of explaining the change from one scene to another, or one character's dialogue to another. Just a transition of pretty much any sort. So I don't really know what to put there. I'll just leave that blank. But you get the idea of transition. And shot, this is essentially going to tell you the specifics of the setup of your scene, like your camera type. Say it's a Canon. I don't know if that's actually a real camera, but anyways. And lighting could be a I don't know, CD 500. It's probably not a real light bulb either, but anyways, just put all the specifics of like what kind of equipment you're using, where it is, where your camera is positioned, the angle it might be looking at the character, where the character is in frame, all those specifics. And text is essentially whatever you want it to be. That's just a mode for you to do anything. Free for all. Now, once you got your actual scene written, over here you can add notes to certain context. I'll just make this one. Okay, and now, so when I click on this, it brings up the note. And here under camera, this is, I think it's scene management. Then over here you've got this little list here of actors. I can add an actor here. There's characters, and this guy, I want the actor for Frank to be Bill, or how about this? Another movie character, but anyways. So you can assign actors to characters, and then, or actually you can just, what you do is you create actors. Okay. Select actor, press add. Let's see. Anyways, yeah, you can add actors that way and characters, and then to assign an actor to a character, you go over to the master catalog, and you've got Frank here. He is a character, and you can assign him an actor, and we've created only one right now, Butch Cassidy, and his name is Frank Oz. So when I've got a real person over here as the fake person and a fake person over here as the real person. Anyways, so the description is epic, and media, you can just select a file from your computer, say it's a movie he's been in before, just to associate him with that idea. And if you've got a schedule for everyone and you've got them ID'd with a number, it can be 143, and screenplay is my first scene. And you can change his family background, education, likes, habits, personality, dislikes, everything about this guy. Everything. And then, if we go back to our screenplay, see if I can add another actor. Yeah, let's call this guy. I think Anakin might actually be spelled with a... Yeah, anyways, add that guy, and then go back to our master catalog and assign J, the actor of... that's weird. Got two actors here. Maybe I need to refresh the master catalog here. J with the actor of... Yeah, here we go, Anakin Skywalker. Awesome. This will probably be an entire paragraph of his ways, but once again, you can associate him with media. Say his ID number is 769. You know, whatever. All of this that you can fill in. And of course, there's also the sketch option. And it's essentially like MS Paint. You can create boxes, circles, and text. Say screenplay, you know, just something simple. And it's very, very, very basic. I mean, it's got like an undo button and stuff, but nothing super complicated. Now, something else you can do, which you can do in pretty much any text program, but it's always nice to have, is print preview. That's always nice. And one way to make this look a little bit more professional is to go to the title page tab, and you can change the title to whatever your movie's called, like just call it that. The author is me, of course. And it's based on nothing. Copyright, nothing. Contact information, nothing. I mean, you can get all professional with it if you have stuff to fill in those blanks with, but for the sake of a tutorial, and since I currently do not, let's just leave it like that. And you can go back to your script, and you know, you got your thing here. You can rename this something more interesting, like it has nothing to do with what anybody said, but and that changes this here and in the master catalog as well. But yeah, see, he's in the screenplay of Radicalness. And every time you add a scene, like let's go to scene heading, let's call this something stupid. It's always the best thing to go with, is something stupid. Please don't say that. And once you add in this character, or one of your characters, to that scene, it's like now if I were to put in something random for action, like, and switch to character, and as I put in J, it should or just put in AJ, it should automatically come up with his name, and he'll just say that as well. And now if we go back to the master catalog, see, it lists him in now, both of those scenes. See, it's very awesome. It does most of the management itself. Very, very awesome. And there's one more thing I'd like to point out about this program. Best thing about it is, like Blender and a whole lot of the stuff for Linux, even though this is for Windows, it is 100% free. And, I mean, seriously, free, and you can get an account, I think, with them, and you have this online studio. It has a few different programs installed on it, I believe, and you can save your scripts to that studio. It's very, very cool. I haven't got that set up yet, but I'd like to try. So that's basically the setup of Celtx. And yes, it is called Celtx. Don't let anybody tell you it's Celtx. Or Celts, if my friend is watching this. And so yeah, that's the basics of Celtx. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.